Hi, I'm Kritsy Helms. I'm the Director of Communications at the Walker School, and I will be co-presenting on the ins and outs of search engine optimization with Red Abbott from Silverpoint. The Walker School is an independent pre-K through 12 day school in Marietta, Georgia, and we have just over 1,000 students in those grades. And I am appreciative to be presenting this because search engine optimization is something we had an interest in as a school for a few years, and it became very important about 2 years ago when we noticed that those who were coming to our open houses were learning about us through the website more than any other way, even word of mouth. So we found it very important to look into search engine optimization, and we chose to partner with Silverpoint. And I want to say up front that there are some things you can do yourself, so it will be important for you to decide how much you can commit to and if you'd like to do some things yourself or with a website partner. And we chose to allocate some of our advertising budget to search engine optimization because that's a very organic way for prospects to find our school. And as an office of one in communications, when we started this, it was very important in terms of time that we have a partner. However, if you're a larger office, you may be interested in looking into doing some of the work yourself. And with that, I will turn it over to Red Abbott, who will be co-presenting, and he will walk you through goal setting.
Hi, this is Red, and it's a pleasure to work with Kritsy and many of our other website clients in this kind of side action. And it's important for us to acknowledge that each one of the clients we work with has a very unique set of needs and environment and all the other things that go into making you the school that you are and different from the school down the street. And so we think it's important to start at the end and say, all right, who are the visitors out there that you would most benefit from getting the site? So we start at the end and say, all right, what are the goals? Because they can be admission-based goals, they can be summer program enrollment goals, they can be hiring and employment goals, connecting with prospective faculty members. So we start at the end, and then we go back and we focus on some of the top priority things that you can be doing to help the website to do a better job of creating those connections for you. And you know, at the top of that list are understanding the search behavior, the language people use, and then making sure that your site is doing everything it can to send signals to the search engines that you are what you say you are, and that you're doing it in a way that lines up with how people looking for that thing describe it when they do searches. We'll also talk a little bit in our presentation about going beyond that to the next level, both on the site in terms of what makes a site a good visit, not only for those coming from search engines, but all folks coming to your site to learn about the things you care about. And then also how you can set up the site to do an even better job of converting those visitors into the connections that yield something tangible for the school. We'll also talk about some things that happen or should be happening off your site on the internet so that these actions outside of your www presence are helping it to do the best job it can.
And just to weigh in quickly on that, I would like to say that Red was very helpful in the work that he did here in terms of just pointing out to us how simple it would be to refer in our keywords, be sure to put in private schools instead of independent schools, and also just be mindful of how many searches are occurring for K through 12 schools versus pre-K through 12 schools. So Red was able to point out some things that we wouldn't have necessarily thought of right away.
At the end, we'll talk about the fact that it's tempting, given all the other things you have to worry about in your day, to take a set it and forget it approach to SEO and undertake it for a big 2-week push, check a bunch of things off your list of to-dos, and then consider it done. sure, you can tell the board or whoever's been really nudging you in this direction that SEO has been taken care of, but from that point forward, you're really not going to have a good sense of whether what you did was worth it, whether it needs to be continued or built upon, or if there are any other ways that you could be tweaking things to continue to squeeze benefit out of the website. And so we'll talk about some of the tools that are available to track how the site's performing, vis-a-vis search and in general, and we will talk a little bit about the metrics that probably matter the most to you. I'll also say that I have some perspective that lets me talk a little bit about the challenges that many schools face politically, internally, and logistically, convincing people within the school, like Kritsy just alluded to, that no one out there is doing searches for independent schools with nearly the frequency that they are for private schools. And then another real challenge is how you make what we're learning about how people use websites jibe with the admissions office's practices, for example, and the things they would prefer to be the first steps in the admission funnel for people coming off the website, and how you can navigate that minefield as you try to convince them that a certain way of doing things on the site is better than another.
And I would just like to also say that I will point out how a partner or consultant can help, and that is certainly by having an objective view, because Red, for example, is able to look at what other independent schools are doing and apply that knowledge to what we're doing, just in terms of you know, if searches for private schools in general are going down, he's able to let me know that, and then as I'm looking at my metrics, I'm able to have that filter there to let me weigh that in as I'm evaluating the numbers. So that's very helpful. And since he walks through this with many other schools, it's also helpful because he's able to give me a list of tasks, and we can partners get together by taking different tasks and just addressing those and moving it forward quickly. And in the end, just know that we will have plenty of time for questions, because I realize each school is different and unique, and we want to be sure that we are able to address all of those at the end of our presentation. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Red, but we certainly hope that you will join us.
I hope we see you in October.